Not a lot of people talk about this part of weight loss. We just seem to skip over it, and we absolutely shouldn't. Stay tuned. Let's go through it.
I'm Cristy Code Red, and you're listening to Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle, where we believe food holds the power to heal or poison, and we believe our society has been misled regarding proper nutrition and weight loss. You're in the right place if you're looking for some straight up truth, because I'm here to shed light on the lies and brainwashing that has taken place over the past 5 decades. Thanks so much for listening.
Welcome back to another episode of Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. I'm your host, Cristy Code Red, author, entrepreneur, retired professional boxer, and this is episode 300. I have been thinking about episode 300 for 20 episodes for the last 4 months. I've been thinking about, wanting to do something earth-shattering, do something huge, do some kind of a celebratory, and you know what? 300, it crept up on me. And I don't think this is going to be as earth-shattering as I wanted it to be, but that's okay. That's okay. We're going to do it anyway, and it'll be fine. It'll be good. It's just, and it's a good subject that we do need to talk about it. Just like what I said in the intro, people don't talk about this very often because I think the reason is, well, let's go through that. But anyway, welcome to 300. Thank you so much. I've been doing this years and years and years and years. I've never missed an upload. Every Wednesday morning, I've been doing this. And a lot of times people don't put out hundreds of episodes. They just put out a couple and then they fizzle out. So it takes some staying power to stay in this game of podcasting. And in today's episode, it's called So Now What? Now What? The reason that, and I'm referring to life after weight loss, when you reach goal. What happens after you reach the goal? What happens? Because a lot of times you spend so much time losing weight. You spend so much time doing the grind, having the journey, getting to this spot where you can be accepted into maintenance. And by the way, when you do reach goal weight, or what you think your goal weight should be, or the number that I think you should be, or pretty darn close to that, you're going to submit an application to be in the maintenance program. This is the Code Red maintenance program. And you'll have to submit pictures of your body, pictures of the scale, front, by the way, the body pictures are front, side, and rear, picture of the scale, and you have to fill out the application. I don't care how you get to goal. You don't have to get to goal using the Code Red method, but I have to approve you for maintenance. And I might have you come down even further. I might have you come up on your weight. That's rare, but I might. And so I think that we don't talk about, so now what? Life after goal weight, because so few people actually reach goal. That's the sad reality of it. People continue to go around the mountain over and over and over. They sabotage themselves. They continue to lose and gain. They binge and purge. They don't actually get down to goal weight. They don't apply for the maintenance program. They either hover above. I mean, I've done a podcast called Just Stopping Short of Your Goal. They hover above goal, or they get down into where then their husband says, you're getting too skinny, and so they gain the weight back. Like, there's all sorts of reasons why people do not get to goal weight, but they don't. So we don't talk about what life looks like after you get to goal weight very often, but we need to. And so now what? So the way this came up was I just got done competing at the High Roller Royale competition, the bodybuilding competition in Las Vegas, November 16th, 2024. And a lot of times, bodybuilders, when they're competitors, they get down to really, really, really lean, stage lean. We call it stage lean because it's an ungodly low body fat. And you do that, you dry out your body, and you do that to show off the muscles. You do that so that the judges can fully see the muscular development, and then you're judged according to that. You're judged on your physique, your shape, your striations, your separations, the different areas of your body according to whatever category that you're in. And then after the show, there are there's these things called the post show blues, and it's when a competitor, not only when they start to reverse, they start to see that leanness go away because your body fills back out, and they get depressed because they don't like that look. Is I mean, everybody loves their lean body look when they're on stage, but that's not a realistic for long term. You stay that lean for like 37 seconds, and then you start to hydrate. You start to fill back out. You start to get a more natural body fat percentage back, and also people get the post show blues because they don't have anything they're working towards. And that's what I'm talking about for you. A lot of you guys get what, like the post show blues, even though you're not a competitor, you're a Code Red Rebel because you don't have anything to work towards. So now what? Now what? Now, the maintenance roadmap is very clear. It's a 5-step process to help you live life in maintenance. And it's very, very strategic, very well planned out, very well taught. I've got a video series. You go through the roadmap in order. You don't want to go to the next roadmap unless you've completed that step. A lot of people want to binge all the roadmap steps. They binge the videos, they go through all the steps, but they don't actually complete step 1 before they go to step 2, and then they mess it all up. It's just a huge mess. So you want to do it in order, you want to slow down, you want to do it strategically. And when a bodybuilder is coming out of a show, you do want to be very strategic with how you reverse as well, because most people reverse wrong, they reverse poorly, and they gain back their weight. And when you gain back your weight from a show, the body fat is different. For some reason, it sticks. It's harder to lose, and it's harder to lose again. When I lost my weight the first time, it took me 2 months. When I lost my weight the second time after regaining it, it took me 12 months. So the weight regain is a lot worse when you gain it coming out of a show, as opposed to gaining it slowly or gaining it with like how the regular way, I guess, because your body's so sensitive that it just stores that fat and it's very stubborn to let it go. So when a competitor is approaching a show, he or she spends just as much time thinking about the reverse and thinking about post show plans than they do actually getting in prep, like getting lean for the show. The prep is actually easier than the reverse, in my opinion. And I think that weight loss for a Code Red Rebel is easier than the maintenance. I do. I think in maintenance, I think it's fun once you've got it mastered. It's fun. There's more flexibility there. You get to enter into uh, weightlifting and fasting and cardio and different techniques we have that we teach you in maintenance. I like the maintenance group because there's nothing that's off limits in the group. Everything goes. We try out different eating methods. We try out different ratios. We try out different protocols. We do things together as a group. You're rewarded for different things, like we do a 5K run or a 10K run, like we just do different things. We have different clothing in there. We have different, I had maintenance weekend one time only for maintenance rebels. So it's really fun. It opens up a whole new world if you can master it. And mastering it, I think, is more difficult than the weight loss. And I had a hard time saying that for a long time because I was like, I don't want to scare people away. But that was the reality of it. I think personally, and maybe my coaches will disagree, maybe my mentors will disagree, maybe people in maintenance will disagree. I think that the maintenance is more difficult. I do. It just takes a different type of tracking. It takes a different type of monitoring. It takes a different type of awareness of your body, and man, it gets away from you quick. It can slip out of your hands pretty quick. You have to be just as committed or even more committed to maintenance as you were to your weight loss journey. The weight loss journey was really very, very cut and dry. And you had your calories, you had your macros, you had your water, you have your sleep, you have your meal times, and where everything is very cut and dry, black and white. It's all customized for each person. Your 2 eating times, your cutoff time, you have your water amount, you're working with your coach, you're turning in your weight every Friday. It's a rinse and repeat, and it's just, there's just no wiggle room there, and there's really not a lot of variation. But in maintenance and with bodybuilding reverse post show, you have to you have more flexibility, which ends up, I don't think, being as good of it makes it harder. It makes it like, the good news is you got more flexibility. The bad news is you got more flexibility, and it just makes it more difficult. And so You have to spend time thinking about, and I remember other bodybuilders my first time around, they were telling me this, make sure you have a post-show plan. Make sure you have a post-show plan. And I was like, I just blew it off, you guys. I didn't even think it was that big of a deal. I was like, what do they mean? And they said, be sure you have a plan of what you're going to do when you come out of the show, because the post-show blues, the depression is real, and when people don't have a plan, they just go off. It's never a good idea to not have a plan, really, for anything in life. It's really like those of you guys who travel to Europe with no plan, God bless you. I can't do that. For those of you guys, like, listen, like, I'm leaving today. I'm leaving here in 20 minutes to go to California to be with some family, extended family members for Thanksgiving. And my entire morning was mapped out since 4 a.m. Everything in my life is mapped out and very, very, very strategic. I'm very planned out. I'm very organized and I stay on top. And I'm a master implementer and I complete all my tasks. I'm a follow through person. So, this is the same. You want to have that maintenance, that post show slash rebel maintenance plan mapped out. And so, I know that some girls that were coming out of their competition, they would go into powerlifting. And then some girls were like, I really want to start back up with CrossFit. And then some girls were like, I'm going to go into marathon training. Like they have a plan after the plan. And I've done a podcast on this. You got to have a goal after the goal. And that's what this is. So now what? What's the goal after the goal? You got to have a plan for what's going to happen after that. You have to think about it. And some of you guys don't want to let yourself think about it because you don't think you're going to even hit goal. That's the first problem right there. You don't even believe you're going to hit goal. And it's fine in the very beginning of Code Red when you first get your custom program, you're 236 pounds. I want you to come in at 130 and you can't believe, oh my God, over 100 pounds to lose. I wanted to come in at 180, Cristy. Cristy says I need to lose over 100 pounds. That's ridiculous. And that initial shock for like the first 23 minutes after you get your customized program in your inbox, that's fine. That's fine the first week when you don't really believe it and you're trying to get your sea legs and you don't really, and you're having to really lean on your coach and lean on the other rebels to help you. Like you're having to borrow other people's belief. That's fine. But once you get into your plan and you're on a good routine and the weight is dropping off at least 1% of your body weight a week, or for some of you guys who are doing 100% of the rules 100% of the time, you're doing 2 to 2.5% of your body weight a week. You're dropping steady without shakes, pills, diet, foods, or exercise. Like you're just adhering to your customized numbers and you're doing the program perfectly. And you're just seeing that you shouldn't be doubting at that point. You shouldn't be doubting. You've got to start visualizing yourself, and that's why the Code Red 21-day identity shift is so important. And I'm not sure when this podcast is going to come out, but we have another shift starting December 7th. I should probably count. I don't know when this is going to come out. I think this is going to be past the start of the shift, but we have one every few months. So that's why you've got to start shifting your identity. You have to start training yourself to see yourself as a person that is in maintenance, as an athlete, as a healthy, thin person, as a person who keeps their weight down. Even though you're 236, you're like, I am a person who keeps my weight between 130 and 133, or I'm a person who keeps my weight between 125 and 130. Even you've got to start changing that mindset. And you've got to have a goal after the goal. You've got to have a plan for post show. What are you going to do post show? I know that for me, I'm 10 days out of my show. And I'm going to put up some video here for you to see. This is video of me training the very next day coming home from the show. Okay, the show was Saturday. I came home Sunday. This was Monday. What you're seeing right now on the screen is Monday. This is me going into my gym with my personal trainer, Corey, and going through a full-on workout. Now, I did not deplete down too lean, so I didn't need to ease my way back out of it. My reverse was actually very seamless and very simple. She did not cut calories, so I didn't really have much to add back in. I wasn't feeling weak like a lot of competitors do. I sacrificed on stage body fat in exchange for a very easy reverse. So there was no need to take time off for me. I didn't need to rest for anything. I rested all of peak week leading up to the show. Monday morning, this was me. What you're seeing on the screen is me. Back at it. Absolutely no slowing down. Because although the numbers will change for you as you lose your weight and you'll get a new set of numbers and a new set of macros and a new water goal amount, the lifestyle doesn't change. The lifestyle doesn't change. The routine doesn't change. The expectations don't change. The boundaries don't change. The discipline doesn't change. The momentum doesn't change. Those things don't change. You don't slow down. Why? Why would you think you needed to? Why would you? That's what, and I told myself this for 5 months leading up to this show. The show wasn't even really on my mind. The reverse was on my mind. The post show was on my mind because that's where I screwed up before. And that's where a lot of you guys have screwed up before. You screw up once you get to goal weight because you didn't do the maintenance roadmap. Maybe you did. You didn't stay in maintenance long enough. You didn't do the program the way I wrote it for you. You didn't adhere to my warnings. You didn't adhere to my rules. You didn't stick with the roadmap. You didn't participate in the group. You didn't stay connected. And you were like, I got this. I got this. I got this. Well, no, that's how you gained your weight back. And that's how I gained my weight back. I had a couple of tragic things happen in September of 23, just a couple of months after my show. And instead of hanging on to my bodybuilding community, I let them, they were all shattered anyway. Everybody was shattered from something that happened within our community. But I didn't gather around my friends. I went on my own and gained my weight back. I gained 35 pounds in 1 month. I've seen people gain 25 pounds in 1 week. I mean, it's very easy to do post show. And so you've got to make sure that post show or that maintenance plan is rock solid and ready to go. I knew I already had I already had everything set with Corey. I knew I was coming in Monday morning to see him. I got off the plane at noon. I went and got Hazel at the kennel. I drove back. I relaxed that day. Monday morning, I was back in the gym. Monday morning at 3:30 a.m., I was on the road doing my cardio with Hazel. I did not slow down because I knew the detriment of slowing down. I knew the detriment of saying to myself, well, it's just one. It's just one cookie. It's just one bite. It's just one taste. Just one day off. The problem is it's not ever just one day off. You let these days off accumulate. We have a coach. You guys have heard me tell this story. You guys, we had a coach that was coached with us for just years ago. She lost over 100 pounds with Code Red. She kept her weight off for a long time. She was a Code Red certified coach. She was wonderful. She was in her 60s. She had grandchildren, and she stopped being a coach. She said she wanted to pursue other things. I don't know, whatever. She never did. I just think people don't want to be honest with me. And she had cupcakes left over from her grandchild's birthday party. She ate the cupcake. She ate just frosting off one. She ended up eating that whole thing. Then she went ahead and ate the other two on the counter. That way they'd all be gone. And that was on a Saturday. She said, Monday morning, I'm going to be back on the scale. I'm going to make sure that I am back on my program. Well, Monday never came. She gained more than 100 pounds back. It's been years. She's never gotten it off. And it's tragic because that Monday morning comes and you're not conditioning your mind to realize what's my goal after the goal? What is my post-show plan? What is my maintenance plan? We've got to talk about it. You've got to be conditioning your mind that you realize it's all gas, no brake, nothing changes. The resolve doesn't change. The discipline doesn't change. The boundaries don't change. The momentum doesn't change. The lifestyle doesn't change. I cannot stress this enough. It's all gas, no brake. As my coach Eric would say, all gas, no brake. And the sooner you realize that, the better you're going to be. So now what? Nothing. Now what? Nothing. You're going to get up. You're going to run with Hazel, Cristy, on Monday morning. And I did. And I have ever since. Well, Cristy, does that mean you don't take days off and you don't rest your body? Of course, that's not what it means. I train 5 to 6 days a week. I always take a rest day. Today is my rest day because I'm running a 10K tomorrow. But I trained yesterday. I took one rest day. Today is my rest day. So you need to make sure that you've got a post-show plan. And your post-show plan, if you're not a competitor, I don't think you are. Most people listening to me are not. Your post-show plan is maintenance. What is life going to look like for you in maintenance? And maybe you don't know because you ain't never been 130 pounds and you don't know what life's going to look like. I can tell you though, you're going to adhere to a program. You're going to adhere to the strict protocol. You're going to stay connected to the community. You're going to hold our hand, link arms with us, and let us guide you through this. Maintenance is really fun if done correctly. And bodybuilding off season is really fun if done correctly. But the biggest thing to take away from episode number 300 is nothing changes. You just keep going because your lifestyle is your lifestyle. You believe in the real food, water, and sleep. You're not going to now start sleeping in a hot room that's 73 degrees when you've been sleeping in 64 degrees your whole weight loss. Why would that change? You're not gonna stay up till midnight watching TikToks because even though through the whole weight loss portion you were always great about going to bed on time, nothing's gonna change. It's not like all of a sudden you're gonna quit drinking water and just start mainlining Diet Coke. The lifestyle is the lifestyle. That is not going to change. The sooner you can wrap your head around this, the better. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed episode 300 of Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. So now what? And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for listening to Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. If you are looking for some hardcore accountability to get and keep this weight off, look no further because I've got VIP Connection. This is the ultimate connection to me, just short of me sleeping on your couch. You're going to get 3 daily messages from me in real time directly to you. You're going to submit your weight every Friday. We're going to go over it in a weekly meeting on Sunday nights, and I'm going to give you feedback. You'll have access to a monthly VIP breakfast with me in Boise, a monthly VIP supplement box, access to any workshop, any PDF promo that I hold for that month. You'll have access to the Ringside membership. And best of all, you'll have a fully customized nutrition program written just for you. We're talking about over $3,000 total value for $397 a month, and you can cancel anytime. Go to coderedlifestyle.com/VIP to check that out.